What's up guys, welcome back to the Sound Design channel. My name is La and today we're going to look at Ben Bohmer's Favorite Synths remix for Monolink, and in particular we're going to look at the ARP that's in there. So let's have a listen to it. Cool, so yeah, it's a really beautiful sound. It's probably one of my favorite sounds that I've heard in melodic house, progressive house, or in my life. So yeah, it's beautiful. And when I first heard it, I was like, I really want to know how he's made that, because it's just got so many little details to it that make it sound really beautiful. So yeah, I tried to get as close as I could to the sound. I think it's pretty close. We'll first look at the MIDI, as it is really important. So what we have here is an arpeggiator, of course. Let me just take this off, make it easy to look at. So it's an arpeggiator playing in the D minor scale. I'll bring this on, right? D major scale. And it's just working up like a normal arpeggiator, just working up the scale. But the thing that's different about it is it's playing a polymetric pattern. So rather than the ARP just copying directly after the last note, which would be here, it's instead copying after two bars, or two, I don't know, is it 2 bars? And yeah, duplicating over like this, which gives it that nice kind of spaced out pattern. It leaves a lot of room for like the delay and things like that, which is really nice. And all that's going on is it's just working up, and then just changing the top note. So the same 3 notes play the same all the way through. And then yeah, on the second part, it changes to a very high up rather than playing lower down here in the 3s. It plays up on the 4 and then works its way back down. So yeah, that is the MIDI. So let's try to recreate the sound here. So yeah, with this sound, the way I figured it out, well, I didn't really figure it out all by myself. I watched a masterclass that Ben Bohmer did with PML, and he was making a sound, like a similar sound, like a lead or something like that, and it sounded really similar to the ARP. So I was like, oh, I wondered if he's used those same parameters. So I just copied some of the parameters, and then yeah, it was pretty close. So yeah, the way that I'm going to start this is we'll go on to, in fact, you can use a preset called BS Pluckers, which is in bass. Let's look here, BS Pluckers. There we go. This is a preset made by Diva, so everyone will have it if you have Diva. So this is what it sounds like on its own. So it's kind of got the character there. Obviously the MIDI is doing the work there as well, but it's a bit deep and not as lush. So what we have within this sound is we have a sawtooth, and no pulse width, no sub, nothing like that. It's literally just a sawtooth that's coming through. We do have LFO2, which is manipulating the pitch, but we want to take that off. We're going to use the LFO2 for something else. But what we want is a little bit of noise as well. You're not going to notice it too much now, but you will later on. So then what we want to do now is change this to a high pass filter bite. And so this is going to be a high pass filter that you can apply into Diva, which is really nice. And it's going to get rid of a little bit of the low end. So you can hear it's fading away. I'll turn it up a bit. Yeah, there's nice. Very cool. So yeah, we're going to apply this on, and we add the peak, and it's essentially like resonance. We're also going to add this to envelope 2. So it's going to make it so that the high pass filter is being manipulated by envelope 2. So that's got rid of a bit of the low end. What we need to do now is actually just add an LFO2 here to the cutoff filter. We can also increase the cutoff filter a little bit. So there you can hear that it's getting really close. But what we need to do is just change this to LFO2. And then on LFO2, and this is where the magic happens, is we change the waveform to random glide, and we put it onto 16th notes. And we can leave the rate so it's a little bit slower, so it's not going to be super quick. like directly on 16th notes. So then the other thing that we need to do is move the depth mod over. So we don't want the depth mod to be modulated by rectify. We bring it over, we can take off rectify. So it's just going to be completely modulated by the settings that we have here. And there we're getting that kind of swooshy feeling. Bring this velocity down. I think it's manipulating the sound a bit too much. And you can play around with the different modules here. I think I might have had this on analog. It does change the character slightly. And then the other thing that we need to do, just trying to remember, is add reverb, of course. Around there sounds quite nice with the settings that we have. We can leave it as it is. The delay is a little bit too much. We're going to bring the filtering up on the delay, so it's just getting the real tips of the sound, and we bring the feedback down as well. Bring this key tracking down as well. And we want a little bit of sustain on the sound. The other thing I added was some 8 voices here of unison, and we can put it onto poly as well. Nice. So the other things that we need to do is we need to get the LFO2 to modulate other things. So we can get it to modulate the noise oscillator. So as it's cycling through those random waveforms and moving quickly, it's also going to add a bit of random noise essentially. And all of these things, when you're adding this LFO2 with like a random setting on it, it makes the sound have a bit of life. It's not going to be robotic. It's going to be constantly changing because of the randomness, which is nice. And then the other thing we can add is the same LFO2 onto onto the filter FM.
Hi, this video is sponsored by us. If you like these tutorials and want to support the channel, check out our website packed with online courses and professional sample packs. Also check our ready-to-use and club-tested Diva presets. You can browse by the genre and style you're looking for, or get the incredible deal with the full Diva preset bundle. Thank you for listening, and now let's get back to your tutorial.
So the filter FM is some filter modulation, which is modulating the cutoff filter. We can increase it a little bit so it actually starts doing something. It gives it a little bit of dirt to the sound. I think we're almost there. Let's go to the processing, see if it beefs it up a little bit. So I'll turn it all on, and in fact, I'll turn them off. And then we'll just go through them bit by bit. So we've got an EQ, which is just to get rid of a bit of the low mud here, and then boosting a little bit in the highs. Adds a bit of air to it. The OTT here is to do the same thing essentially. Boosting the high end here, not compressing it too much. Also allowing a little bit of the mids to come through and compressing the overall sound. And then we got some saturation just to add a bit of more dirt and warmth. This also adds volume as well, which we're going to leave it there because we do want the volume to increase. Bit of compression now just to overall condense the sound. And then a side chain to the kick, which you can't hear right now, but if I put it on. So we've got a high ratio and a quite quick attack and medium, well, pretty quick release as well. But the threshold's not overly harsh. We've also got the EQ, so it's set up to just get the click of the kick or the top part of the kick, or 200 hertz into the kick. And that's going to make the signal come through quite quickly, which is what we want. We don't want the ARP to move out of the way drastically and be obvious. We just kind of want to make room in the mix. And then the other thing here is just an auto filter, which I noticed within his sound that the sound was gradually coming in, it wasn't all at full force straight away. So let's have a listen to it. Just listen with everything in. Yeah, so I think it's pretty much there. Obviously, it's very hard to get the sound 100% the same as a world-class artist. Also, you don't really know what compressors they've used, what other external processing and things like that. But I think it's pretty close with those parameters that I've set there. So I hope that was helpful for you guys. If you want any of the other sounds in here, like the drums, that is taken from the Bohmer pack, which I'll link down below. So yeah, I hope this was all helpful for you guys and you enjoyed the video. If you did, let us know, put a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel as well so you don't miss out on any more of our content. Thank you very much. I will catch you in the next video.
Hi, this video is sponsored by us. If you like these tutorials and want to support the channel, check out our website packed with online courses and professional sample packs. Also check our ready-to-use and club-tested Diva presets. You can browse by the genre and style you're looking for, or get the incredible deal with the full Diva preset bundle. Thank you for listening, and now let's get back to your tutorial.